This woman is a favorite OTR guest, six-time Canadian figure skating champion, Jennifer Robinson with the blonde hair. What's the deal?
Yeah, I thought I'd liven it up just like Nature Boy.
We got Ric Flair on the show today. Are you a wrestling fan?
Big time.
Which means there's only two good ways to start today's show. Number one,
woo!
And number two would definitely have to be...
Bring it on.
Off the Record with Michael Landsberg is brought to you by the Cake Steakhouse and Bar. For great steaks, good friends, see you tonight.
When you get Ric Flair riled up, woo, you better be a hell of a man. Now, you made the mistake of trying to insult me, my friend, and Dusty Rhodes, as I've said before, we've only just begun. You understand? Learn to love it. Learn to live with it. Diamonds are forever, and so is Ric Flair. Woo!
That's awesome.
You gotta love that, whether you love wrestling or not. But I got a question. Why does the Nature Boy have the most unnatural hair in history? How does that work?
No, it's natural. It's just shorter now.
Oh, it's beautiful, and you are a beauty. You've got a new book, right?
Yes.
Ric Flair, you'll tell us more about that later on?
Yes, I
You
sure
might
will.
do some promo for us,
Thank you. I
would
will, for sure.
He is the master of the promo, and some would say one of the greatest wrestlers of all times. Ric Flair, nice to see you.
Thank you, sir.
Jennifer Robinson, many would say one of the greatest Canadian figure skaters of all time. Let me count out your titles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Canadian titles.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
you're now retired from amateur skating?
Yep, I'm now retired, so I'm looking forward to helping out the next generation.
I think you should be helping out the next generation of sports fans because you could be a great sports broadcaster.
Thanks.
You could host this show.
Oh, co-host.
Let's see how much you could get out of Nathan Parrott. Welcome to the show, Nathan. Nice to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Summertime for a hockey player could be extended this year. We certainly hope not. I guess, fulfilled a dream playing for the Toronto Maple Leafs
Yeah, it
this year.
was a great season for me personally, and I just hope I can do the same next year.
And is one of your dreams to be on the show with Jim Bloom? Because if so, I will grant that wish. Jim Bloom, we know you as the Director of Consumer Marketing for the Toronto Blue Jays, and we know you as a guy who's created some controversy with your marketing.
Yeah, it's been fun, you know? Why not go for the bigger disaster?
All right, well, speaking of that, how would you market this? Let's go. Carlos Delgado's quiet protest against the American government kind of sounds like a bomb going off on the island of Vieques. The Jays starting a series in New York. The American media has jumped all over his comments and all over him. Delgado said, "I never stand outside for God bless America. I don't believe in the war. I think it's the stupidest war ever." Typical media comments today: "You make me sick, Delgado, and you're un-American." The Jays and baseball have not told him he has to stand with the team. Should they?
If you're on American soil, do as an American does.
Well, I think it's actually the most quintessentially American thing that he's doing, because the First Amendment says you have the right, regardless, to say whatever you want. And in this case, I may disagree with Rick, but he's got every right to say what he has to say. And I think to protect that right is essential.
The problem with that is if he's unhappy with the way things are in America and unhappy with things that are going on in his life, he should go back to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, but you know what? I think that's fantastic that he kind of has his own opinion, and then I know that he does stand up for the American anthem and the anthems, but he does not.
Is he a role model for the Canadian youth?
Well,
yes,
I think
actually
he is.
He's speaking his opinion, and I think that should be
patriotism
celebrated.
is more than just doing an ice cream and cake parade down Main Street, Disneyland,
But
and doing some
a
jingoistic
5-year-old can't differentiate
display,
between
you know?
that. A 5-year-old doesn't know
I don't think
patriotism
he's
is.
insulting America, though, because he does stand for the national anthem. You know, it's just the 7th inning there where he's not coming out of the dugout or whatever. Maybe, you know, he's having a drink or something.
Is that a
like
marketing scheme?
No, it's not a marketing scheme, but it is. I think, on his part, it's a well thought out stand, given where he's from, Puerto Rico, given the history of Puerto Rico and its relationship with the United States, given the fact that there are a number of people that want either independence or statehood in Puerto Rico. And I think that it's his right to say what he wants.
Yeah, but in the middle of a game, is it his place to use that as a political referendum?
I think as an athlete, there's no better arena, so to speak, for him to kind of voice his opinion. He's not
Yeah,
hurting
but it's the
anyone
middle
with
of a
his.
game,
He's
Jeff.
not
He should be
hurting anyone
focusing
with
on
his
his
stand
job,
by
not-
going out and doing this.
He was not in New York on 9/11. He needs to have the respect for everybody in New York.
And he
I need
does.
to respect
Well,
the
actually,
country.
I cannot say if he, respects that. I don't know his personal opinion.
Well, he's
but
not
I
showing
think,
respect if he's not coming out
I
there.
think if he
actually
does
think
stand
he
for
is
the
showing
national
respect.
anthem,
I think
he is showing respect.
I think he is showing respect.
Well, we'll see how the fans react at tonight.
Oh, in New York,
Yeah.
I know how they're going to react. But the fact of the matter is,
Well, they won't take it as being respectful.
Respecting the flag means means that you have to stand up for somebody's right to air their political beliefs. It's just, you know, I don't believe obviously in
Politics,
fascism or
baseball.
Nazism, but the fact of the matter is the First Amendment in the United States Constitution guarantees the rights for Nazis to march in Skokie or for Klansmen to march in Montgomery.
But
And
why are
as
we
much
talking
as I
about
hate that,
politics
I
in
defend it.
sports? If anybody was in a political sport, it would be you. I mean, I see you girls as the most beautiful athletes alive, you and the gymnasts. But you can't tell me there's not politics in figure skating, because every girl can have a phenomenal routine. I mean, I wouldn't be able to judge. Michael might not be able, but you know what I'm talking about?
Rick, you've been judging girls all your life,
I
so
have.
don't tell us
Yeah,
that.
You're a 10. I never steal. You are a 10.
Thank you.
How about if Jennifer Robinson was competing tonight in the United States in New York, and she wore a peace emblem on her shirt, on her whatever
peace
she was
emblem?
wearing? Would you be good with that?
Yeah.
So how is that different than what Carlos Delgado was doing? It's just,
Well, no,
his
he-
statement is just a little bit more profound.
He's seizing the opportunity to market. This is like marketing to me.
No, don't accuse him of marketing. I think that at the very least you have to say that Carlos Delgado is, I was going to say standing up, but he's sitting down for what he believes
I'm
in.
going to give you an example. The '68 Olympics, John Carlos gave the Black Power salute, and George Foreman waved the American flag after winning the gold medal in the heavyweight division. Both had a right to do that. Both have a right under the First Amendment of the Constitution to do that. And I believe that's the most
politics
confusingly
and sports. That's
the
what's wrong with
most
sports now.
essentially American thing you
The
can
politics are too big in sports. You're going the wrong way.
What you're
with it.
saying is you can only go one way in politics, which is
say
to
that.
wave the flag, but if you don't want to, it's wrong.
I
And
didn't say don't
well,
wave the
I
flag.
think
I
that's
said
not what our
respect
country is
the
about.
Hold on.
Entertainment industry is about entertaining. It's not about politics.
There we go.
Leave the politics to the politicians and
Exactly.
the sports to the athletes.
Just let them shut up and play the game.
And how about if his point was, you know what, good on our troops, good that we're over there defending freedom. You'd be good with that?
Yeah.
So it's the nature of his message, not the fact that he's making a political
No,
statement.
it's the nature.
You don't
of,
like his message, so you're saying shut up.
I don't like the message in sports. Period. We're playing baseball.
Isn't G.I. Joe Day in Minnesota, isn't that a message where they say this is a day to congratulate our troops for what they've done? That's a political statement by the Minnesota Twins.
Well, they also have
That's
it in
more of
San
a-
Diego as well. We have an armed services
I'm not
day as
familiar with
I
well.
think that's more of a marketing thing
Yeah.
than a political statement. but-
I know this. I know that in Yankee Stadium, if they have, let's say, 1,500 people that have been serving in Iraq, which they will have a bunch of them probably at the game
Sure.
tonight, because everybody entertains the troops that have come back. How offensive would that be to them?
On that note, we go to break. I'm loving the passion on today's show, and I respect the way you guys all voiced your opinions on what is a very sensitive topic. And we've got two Americans on the show today. All right. Now, Jennifer Robinson, amazingly accomplished figure skater, for sure, right? We all agree with that? And she has a big following, but not everyone has taken to her sport. Of course, some still see figure skating as soft and artsy. So we thought, how can we liven up figure skating? Why not get the nature boy to add his own broadcasting touch? We all love Broad Black, but doesn't this make him better?
Say hello to the six-time national women's champion. Off the Record with Michael Landsberg is brought to you by the Cake Steakhouse and Bar. For great steaks, good friends, see you tonight.
That center ice Ryder bumps off the puck. A chance for Stajan, scores! Matt Stajan took the puck away and went in to make it 3-0. Toronto.
Because I was stunt double in a movie,
Oh.
and she was blonde.
But your natural is dark.
Yes.
Yeah, that's killer.
Thank you.
Which leads only to one question. I mean, this is hair enhancing. How about performance enhancing? If an athlete really believes that to compete in professional sports, he's got to take anabolic steroids, some kind of performance enhancing drugs. And history has suggested to us that a lot of the greatest champions have been, quote unquote, juiced. Do you at least have some sympathy for a guy who says, I'm going to fight fire with fire and I'm going to cheat?
No, I don't have any sympathy for someone who does that because that's a total cop-out. They're just using someone else's excuse for trying to enhance their
Well,
performance and win by saying, okay, well, if you're doing it, I'm going to do it too.
There's so much pressure in society to win, right? To be an athlete, you have to go. You know what it's like.
Yeah,
you
but
have
do
to
it
do
on your
everything
own.
you can do to be the best. And like, let's say your whole dream, your whole life, you've been working hard to be the best, and then all of a sudden you're not your
So
skill,
do you feel like
you're
you
lacking,
wouldn't,
and they.
even if you
I
don't
think I have some
achieve your
sympathy.
goal by, winning the gold medal or whatever your goal may be, you want to sacrifice the rest of your quality of life after you're out of sport by taking drugs
But
because
that's
the other
the
person
individual's
is?
choice there. But I think I can have sympathy for someone that does it because I can understand the pressures that they're under to be the best.
Yeah, but suck it up and work harder.
Yeah, explain to me how you know for sure that steroids enhance someone's ability to run faster.
Well, you seem to be looking at Jennifer. That wasn't her statement. That's the history of the
No,
sport.
but I'm asking her, I'm asking everybody. How do steroids make you run
I'll
faster?
say something, this goes back to something I said in April about baseball. I'm not sure it helps you because it's a hand-eye coordination sport. Hitting a bat with a ball squarely is the hardest thing to do in the world. The thing that I don't
hand-eye
like,
coordination. Steroids cannot improve hand-eye coordination.
Exactly.
Yeah, but to run, we're talking a little bit more about track and field than baseball.
How do they make you run faster?
They make you bigger,
Bigger
stronger,
muscles,
faster. They allow
yeah.
you to train more often.
And the only thing I have to say about this is when people monkey around with equipment, cork bats, do stuff like scuff balls, I have a bigger problem with that than I do with the other, because I think a lot of people are taking these supplements or whatever to bounce back from injury faster or what have you.
Yeah, well, as one that has used steroids,
Because let me just clarify for these folks, because I've read your book.
Yeah.
They haven't, I don't think. Not yet, at least. You admit that you took steroids at one time in your career.
but I took steroids to enhance my appearance. No, multiple times.
Still performance enhancing.
Yeah.
Because in your sport, it's all about...
No, to enhance my appearance, never my performance. I could perform looking terrible on an equal level. And I mean, I'm just going to go to hockey, and we'll go to Bob Probert, okay? Bob Probert never had to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Bob Probert was the baddest man on land. I mean, I'm telling you, performance comes from here and here. And I don't care what all the steroids in the world cannot give you this and cannot give you this.
Sure, but if you do take the steroids, it's going to give you an edge up here because it would be like, you feel like this is going to give you a little bit more intensity.
It made me comfortable with myself on camera. Didn't give me an edge.
But you don't feel that relaxed the
older,
pressure in your own mind
no,
by
it had nothing
going
to do
out
with my
there?
performance. Nothing.
Yeah, but part of your performance related to your appearance, you didn't compete in a sport where the only marker for what you did was how high you would jump or how strong you were. Part of your performance related to how you look. So I still see that exactly as performance enhancing, exactly the same way it would be for a sprinter.
Yeah. I don't think so, because she's talking about getting bigger, stronger, faster.
And are you suggesting, Rick, I just got to
yeah.
understand what you're saying. Are you suggesting that you don't believe steroids actually do anything?
Oh, no, I didn't say that at all.
Are you saying that they don't enhance performance?
I'm saying that in certain cases, I'm sure they enhance performance for weightlifters, for guys that want to get strong. I don't see how you run faster with steroids. I don't.
Well,
I don't know if it's proven or not. I don't have any scientific background,
that's
but
just-
I think
nobody
that,
does.
if you're training hard and you're injuring your muscles by doing this working out and you take the steroids, I think it would help you get back to work out harder the next day by stressing your muscles and then getting more on track.
More guys are injury prone because of steroids than are the other way.
Yeah, because they get too
Steroids,
stiff.
they overload
Yeah.
the cartilage, they overload the bones, they overload the muscle grouping. That's what causes injuries. So more guys, if guys are using steroids, they're going to be more prone to be injured. I got news for you, because there's a reason why my ankles are like this and his are like this, okay, if that's the case. He's got a bigger bone structure. But the steroids don't make your bones stronger. They don't make your cartilage stronger. They make your muscles bigger. They fill them full of
human
water,
growth hormone
and you
that
become
does do that now.
yeah, and you become the growth hormone, two different things. You become the guys they're more prone to injury.
would you test in pro sports, or would you let guys do what they wanted?
I would test
I test.
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not condoning it.
I'm starting to hate our
I'm
theme
giving you
music
my
because I
experience.
hear it. It means we got to go to commercial, and I'm loving today's discussion. More OTR in a moment.
Jim, I love that.
The CFLPA, that's the Canadian Football League Players Association, has been as toothless as Britney's first husband. The guy was a bit of a hick, right? But the union has stepped up after Stamps players complained to the union. That rookie coach, Matt Dunnigan, worked them past a 4.5-hour workday last week. Dunnigan was furious, saying he'd given guys shorter days and therefore could have made up The Stamps are 1-3. Dunnigan says, we just want everybody to do whatever it takes to win within the rules to get better and win football games, unquote. Who do you generally side with in this? The coach who is perhaps pushing his players too hard, or the players who say rules are rules?
Wah, 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 wah. Pay me $20 million a year, don't make me work too hard.
Well, the CFL, they don't make very much money, but I don't see how keeping your team on the field for 4.5 hours is going to help them perform better. You're going to lose your authority as coach. The guys are going to be mad at you.
But you know what? You're not going to. I know football is outdoor sport, but I know, why can't you be outside for 2 hours, and when it gets too hot, take it inside, get to the gym, and you can go for longer than 4.5 hours. And this is their job. You know, you understand that. This is their job.
But I think more to your point.
No, I understand that.
More to your point. If the proof is in, do they win or lose when the coach practices this? Because does the coach have the team or does the coach not have the team? It's not a function, frankly, of a player bargaining agreement. It's more a function of personal relations, and does the coach have the respect and trust of that team when he does something
Should
like
players
that.
have gone to the coach? Is that really, because Dunnigan
Yes.
said, you know, I'm insulted that guys didn't come to me. But is that realistic to actually go to your coach and say, you broke a rule?
Well, there's captains on your team that should go to the coach and say something before you go to the union, but you know,
Would you go to Pat Quinn and complain?
well, that's why we have captain on the team. I don't complain about anything.
So you go to the captain. The captain goes, "Hey, Nathan was complaining about the practice."
Yeah,
Believe
no,
me,
I don't complain.
No.
I do whatever they tell me to. But
And how many hours a day did you put in, truthfully?
Truthfully,
Yeah.
2 to 3.
That's
And then
all?
on the ice, yep, 2 to 3
Oh, you're
hours
kidding.
on the ice, and
Wow.
then off ice, and then.
I thought you were going to say 6 hours.
No,
Oh, off
when you're
ice.
learning your skill, I mean,
Yeah.
totally on the ice, 2
Yeah.
to 3 hours, and then off ice, usually about 1.5 to 2 as well.
So did you give your same wah, wah answer to the Arizona Cardinals, who complained at the length of their mini camp, and therefore the team was penalized, knowing that Dennis Green is their head coach, and he was the coach when Corey Stringer passed away?
Well, I have a lot of friends that are professional athletes, okay? But as a group, especially the younger ones making the big money, they whine all day long. I mean, the unions...
But they're whining about safety here. I mean, this is not simply an issue of I want to be in a bigger plane, I want first-class accommodation.
I don't agree. I think this goes beyond the collective bargaining agreement, and it goes team to team, coach to coach, practice to practice. Does the coach have the team, or does the coach not have the team?
Exactly. And can I tell you something? I don't hear anybody whining about the Cowboys and Bill Parcells, and nobody works anybody harder than Bill.
Oh, my God.
And what would happen
You're
if
right.
someone on the Cowboys whined about Bill Parcells? Where would they
But
be?
are you ignoring the history of the sport, which is that a guy died, largely because he was
Yeah,
overworked?
but a guy out of...
I think
Wait a
he was-
minute.
he might
A
have been out of shape,
330-pound guy?
Right,
Yeah.
yes.
Now, wait a minute. How do you know that a 330-pound guy was in shape?
You don't know, but that...
No,
but
you just said he was in shape.
Did I say he was what?
You said he was in shape.
I didn't say he was in shape.
Oh, okay. I thought you did. I'm sorry.
No, what I said was, you're talking about a sport where someone actually died. So how can you ignore the idea that you can actually work a guy to death, knowing that 330-pound guys aren't always in shape?
Well,
So
hold on. In your sport, when you practice, is there a physician on site?
well, they have 2 medical trainers.
Right.
Yeah.
So they monitor you guys, making sure you get your fluids, right?
No, it's individual. Like if I don't drink enough water, someone's not going to sit there, oh, Nathan, drink more
But
water.
if Nathan doesn't drink water,
I
Nathan
know
starts
as an
to pass
athlete,
out.
I need to be at my best shape.
Right.
I mean, it's an individual thing. That's why I work.
So if you need a rest or whatever, or you need to take a blow, the trainer's there in case to protect you, right?
Yeah, but you've got to know yourself. At
But
the
that
same
happens
time,
over
and
the
go
course
to
of
the
you
24
got to
trainer.
know, true or false, as a young guy trying to work your way in the team. I mean, you're not Matt Sundin, right? He can do whatever he wants, and he's not going to get cut. You also know that you can't show pain. You can't show
He
weakness.
smacks Matt Sundin around during practice. Ask Matt. You
And why
don't
don't we
think,
ask
you think
Nathan?
Matt says boo to him? Give me a break.
That's it.
Domi doesn't say boo to you, does he?
No, but we've had a few fights in there.
He wants to keep his job. He's going to shut up.
No,
He knows.
in hockey, though, you know, I
He's
mean,
a tough guy. I've seen him in action.
like,
Yeah, he's-
especially in a football team, there's 60 guys, 70 guys running around. there can't
guys,
be as much medical
if
trainers.
you weigh 330 pounds, you're putting yourself at risk of just walking down the street. I'm sorry. I mean, look at the number of overweight people, and at 330 pounds, these guys are playing at that weight because they have to be that big to play now, okay? But the health issues in terms of where they're going to be 10 years from now and that are huge. They're a huge risk right now.
Got to go to break.
Just
Sorry.
walking
As we
around.
go to break.
Just walking
Hold
around.
on. Did I flinch?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
should have
yeah.
too,
I
man.
did.
Flinch. You know what? You guys got to
Red
understand.
Heart, I'll whack you,
It's all a work. I didn't flinch that time. Come on, do it again. As we go to break, we want to know your thoughts, and we have information that goes to some of our people. This is for you. Hey, Rick, all my life I've been pushed around. How can a pencil neck geek like me be the man? Michael Landsberg-Reisner. You'll answer that question because apparently you don't have one ready when OTR returns.
We love Jennifer. Woo! How do you get that?
You did, and you did well. Tell me about the book.
My book?
Yeah.
To Be the Man. It's a capsule synopsis of the greatest career in the history of sports. Entertainment.
You talking about Wayne Gretzky?
Yeah. I actually made it very clear that Bret Hart was not on the same level as Wayne Gretzky.
Right, or Ric Flair.
No,
He's on a different level than you. So tell me, you know what, like I've said before, there's some great wrestling books out there. I thought Mick Foley's book was outstanding, really inside his own heart. There's a lot of crap out there as well. Why should people buy your book?
I don't know. I guess because I wrote it, number one, and number two, it's a very honest, capsulized.
I'm doing a hell of a lot better job selling your book than you are. I'm saying buy the book because the guy admits his mistakes in life.
I'm very honest about everything, and I'm honest on how I was successful. I'm honest about the pitfalls and the things that can cause you problems. And
your drive to be the best was absolutely fascinating. Yeah. It's a very interesting read. Thanks for doing the show, Rick.
Thank you.
Jennifer Robinson, you must be loving Ric Flair because he's clearly loving you. What's going on with you? You've retired, right?
Yeah, I retired. I've just been doing a little bit of coaching every now and again, but I'm just here to kind of let everybody know we're doing a charity figure skating show August 5th. It's a Thursday at the Mary Molson Center, and it's to raise money for our local hospital. And Kurt Browning's going to be there, so we got something for the ladies, and I'm going to be there.
How do people find out
maybe we got
information
something
about
for the guys. You can check out Ticketmaster.ca for tickets.
Excellent. You'll be a great sportscaster one day, and I hope that day is soon. Nathan Parrott, what are you doing during the summer?
I'm just staying in shape, getting ready for next season, and trying to stay out of trouble.
And obviously supporting our union. You're wearing the PA shirt.
Yeah. So they're meeting today actually, and so hopefully they'll, you know, get something.
We all want hockey, but probably not as badly as you want hockey, right?
Well, you know, there's a lot of issues there, you know, with the lockout and stuff coming up.
Let's hope. Jim Bloom, how about you?
Well, let's see. We're going to do a bar blitz tonight while you're watching. While the game's on TSN, you can go to Victory or Milwaukee's, and our J Crew will be there. And also, this weekend, we've got the Babushka doll giveaway against Tampa Bay Saturday, and Adults Run the Bases on Sunday.
I got one word for you. Woo! Woo!
Off the Record with Michael Landsberg is brought to you by the Keg Steakhouse and Bar. For great steaks, good friends, see you tonight. Michael Landsberg's clothing provided by Victorinox, Swiss Army. Available at Sporting Life in Toronto and better specialty stores across Canada.